just to make sure that I have you in both YouTube and my course. So thank you for accepting to come to my channel and talk about your new book, The Celtic Goddess of Portugal. So Luiza, I'm really happy to have you. How are you doing today?
I am great, thank you.
So what if you introduce yourself to our listeners? Maybe some of them do not speak Portuguese, so we are coming today in English, hoping that they get introduced to your work.
So my name is Luiza Frazão, and I am a priestess of the goddess. I did my training in Glastonbury. I'm priestess of Avalon, priestess of Rhiannon, and the priestess of the Garden of the Hesperides, which is the dimension of the goddess in this territory, as I found in my researching.
Yes.
So I do, yeah. I work as a priestess, full time, yeah.
Full time, which is amazing
Full
because
time.
I met you in your temple of the goddess in Óbidos in Portugal.
It is going to be in Caldas da Rainha. We are going to open in Caldas da Rainha around in Molk. Yeah.
That's amazing. This is quite news. That's amazing.
So a bigger space, yes.
Yes. So you have been doing this work for many years now, and you started in the UK with the work of the goddess there, and then you came back to Portugal. So how about telling us a little bit your journey from there?
So I start with the goddess many years ago, but only with the priestess training, like 10, 12 years or 13 years. I went to Glastonbury for the first time, and I found this goddess movement and the goddess temple, goddess conference, and I was immediately, my heart was really hearing this appeal, this very, very strong calling to join this movement and this group and become a priestess. No doubts about that. So I start my training, and then when I was training, while I was doing my training, I was traveling between England and Portugal, and I start finding that we had lots of things in common. That, for example, the Celtic great goddess was very much present in our culture. Lots of things match it. So for example, and this is directly connected with this book, specifically. I found that, for example, there was a saint in the village of my mother, where my mother was born, with some butter, a butter cup or something like that in the end. So the specialist will tell you that she's holding butter, and I was, how come a Catholic saint having butter, offering butter to her people is very strange. Catholic saints don't offer food, just wisdom and something like that, not food. So I was really very, very intrigued by this image that I consider that is some remain, because the image is not more ancient than the 14th century. If it is 14th century, is already good. It can be younger than that, but I consider that it keeps a memory of something much older that connects this saint with giving food and something that comes from the milk. And immediately I thought about Brigitte, goddess of Imbolc, goddess that teach humanity how to make butter, how to make cheese. It means that how to keep the milk for longer for the winter. So from there, it was really starting for this book, this butter of this sect.
Yes.
That's as simple as that. So I start researching a little bit about her, with she, what are these her stories, and then I saw that she was very much, she is still very connected with the
Shepherds, yes, yes.
shepherds, and social work, and also with death, and lots of things. So, and her name is in Portugal is not Brigida, as so, even though we also have this name, Brizida, Britian, and some derivatives of this name, but she's Iria. Like in Ireland, you have Erin, also a very important goddess of the land that gave name to the country. Ireland is her. So this goddess is in Portugal. I start to notice that she is all over the country, from south to north, north to south, but especially in this area of, and Fatima, which is the place where the goddess is most alive in my country, in my culture, and in the world. One of the big shrines of the goddess. The name where the lady appeared is Cova da Iria, which means like whole of Iria. So she's present everywhere. Then from there, I started to think what happens in Fatima? What happens there in this Covadeiria? What happens with these apparitions? So the lady is there. She appears on May, then June, July, August, September, and she appears for the last time in October. So if we count, we have 6 months of the year.
Luiza, just to remind our viewers that we talk about Fatima, where the appearance, the lady appeared to 3 kids and gave 3 premonitions or 3 revelations. Among them, 2 were revealed and 1 stay hidden. But you retrieve that a little bit older than that. It's the place of Fatima is already a coven for area way, way, way older than this period, than this last century.
Yes, this is a long story, because the Berbers have been there, people from the north of Africa, Muslim people have been there, and they put this name, Fatima. Fatima is a great goddess from their culture, even though they think that she's only the daughter of the prophet, but actually she's a much older goddess. So they put this name, but the ancient name is Cova da Iria. She's there. She appeared there. She's the lady of Fatima. Actually, is Iria. Her name is Iria. So then from there, I started to think, but she's like a queen of summer, because she appears she's with the people. She comes all the 13th of the summer month, and then she goes on October, and October is the end of summer. So she's goddess of summer. Who is goddess of winter? It was a question that I asked to myself and to my work and to what I was trying to find. And then I found that in the winter we have this very big crown head, that everybody in winter likes to go to see the snow, and everybody knows this monument, which is the crone's head in Serra da Estrela, the mountain of the star, and it was like that I find that we have this double goddess. Then I started to read Vicky novel about the double goddess as a very, very old division of the goddess in many cultures of the world. Then I saw that Celtic people, before the 8 festivals of the year, which, by the way, are also very, very present in our culture. But before that, they had this bigger division in summer and winter, the Queen of Summer and the Queen of Winter, and then it was quite fascinating to find the story of Iria. Then I went to see what happens to this Iria, the legends, the myth.
And just let me show some, like you visited these places and you brought pictures to your book to illustrate her places and how she's present. So one of the things I find fascinating is that you added her presence through the live culture living today in Portugal. So what you were saying is that she's still present through the songs, through many crafts.
Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating because goddess, she cannot be dismissed, she cannot be hidden, she cannot be killed, she cannot be destroyed. She hides, she changes the names and things, and she goes behind the veil. But if we just lift the veil, she's there, absolutely powerful, present. She's the great divinity in my culture. She still is. Yeah.
And you also retrieve some writings, old writings that you found about her presence as as Bridget. You brought a lot, this concept of Bridget Iria, and you put the similarities together. And some might say, okay, but Bridget, Celtic, it's more Ireland, the UK and so on, but actually, Celts or Celtic culture or presence is first noticed in Europe. This is where they come from, in a way.
Yeah, there is this study. Actually, there is scientific evidence that there are migrations from Iberia to the north of Europe, to Ireland and the British Islands. And the DNA confirms that. And even they, in their myth, they told about that. In the book of Invasions, they speak about that, the connection with Iberia. And if you go, for example, Fatima, Iria, Cova da Iria is in the mountain called Aire, like the Aire Republic, like it's the same name. So Aire is quite an inversion of Iria. Is the inversion is like a double name, the mother and daughter. And I believe that I discover quite a lot, but maybe we can go farther. We can go farther on this relation, on this all the worship of the goddess in this very, very sacred mountain, which is Aire. Serra da Aire is mountain of Aire, is very sacred. This limestone landscape with full of caves. There is another under the inside the mountain there are complex of tunnels and caves and very, very big, amazing, incredible. So that's much more things we can unfold and learn, and it's very rich. It's something incredible.
One of the things that I noticed also through your book and your work is the connection of the goddess with the land itself. Is not the concept like we might say about the Greeks, Roman gods and goddesses, like a concept, an etheric concept out there, the gods are in the stars out there. You bring really this connection to the earth itself, the caves, the waters. So how did you go through, you tell this story about meeting this old lady wearing black, but so energetic. It's like you see her everywhere, but in the land.
Yeah, she's the land. The goddess is the land. Goddess is nature. Nature is her body, actually. We can see the shapes of the landscape as her breasts, as her yoni, as her womb. She's the land, actually. But about Iria, then what I found is that there is a strong legend in Tumar, which speaks about her being killed by a boy who speaks about her, about Iria, as a nun in a monastery, which was there. So for me, this is the remains of an ancient goddess temple, and there were some priestess of this goddess that have been submitted to violence, some death. But I connect this also with the destruction of the temples. You know, there are lots of saints that I consider the goddess herself or priestesses of her that have been killed, have been raped, have been, all the riches of the temple have been taken by soldiers and by men and all the power that they hold have been taken from them, and they have been obliged to get married, to go on a family like patriarchy has created. So all this violence, in this aggression, is in this myth of saints losing the head, being killed, etc. So there are layers and layers in this myth. So if we go to Tomar, we see that there is this legend that has been killed in the 20th of October, which is very, very, very close to Samhain, to the end of summer. She's killed. The October is the month where in ancient Greece, Persephone was also abducted by Pluto or Hades. So and Romans, the Romans took this Greek culture and make this themselves, and they had Ceres, which was the equivalent of Demeter, and Proserpina, which was the equivalent of Persephone, for Persephone, and they have been in this area because this area is very rich in the land, is very rich, very fertile, lots of water. So they have been there for centuries in this area, and they worshipped Ceres and her daughter Proserpina, like Demeter and Persephone. So I see, I feel that they perform kind of elusive mysteries in Tomar with the goddess of the land. They usually they absorb these goddesses, they mixed with their goddesses, they did this syncretic so I believe that they perform some mysteries with the waters of these rivers, from Nabaun to Zezer and then to the Tagus River. And this is so beautiful, you know, this is such a way, such a beautiful and rich way of speaking about the end of summer.
Yes.
The Queen of Summer is abducted in Greece, is killed here. And there is this layer of this taking over of the temples, and this layer of this ancient mystery of this energy of summer, this summertime that is going to be replaced by winter. And winter was a season very hard for our ancestors because the land was bare, nothing to eat. There was a time, a moment of really great distress. We could not survive. We could not survive winter because we didn't have enough food, enough resources. So there is a reason to cry, you know, for when summer go away. Not now, because now we have all this comfort. Everything in the supermarket still the same in summer than in winter. Actually, in winter there is still even more things, even more caloric things to eat, but it was not like that. So I find it fascinating. I find it so beautiful. So that's how I see this legend, and I was guided by these dates, you know. October, 20th of October, and then 13th of May in Covadonga, she appeared again. She delayed. she is absolutely incredible.
We talk about her appearance again, and you have been holding this the conference of the goddess in Portugal, and you're going to hold it again next year, yes. The 13th of May. So that will be the appearance, and I think the theme would be about love. So I wonder.
Yeah. Just let me tell you something. We, in our goddess calendar, we have the 8 festivals, but we also celebrate this returning of the Summer Queen in the 13th of May, and the returning of the Winter Queen in the 20th of October. So we go to every 20th of October, we go to Tomar and we celebrate first with the women in Tomar, with the people of Tomar, and then we do our own celebration in our way. We love it. We love this date. And then in the 13th of May, every 2 years, we do the celebration of the welcoming the summer queen. But every 2 years, we do the conference. So we do the conference, we try to match the dates of the 13th of May to put it in the middle of our conference. This year is quiet because the 13th will be a Monday. So we will go from 10 to 12 to celebrate our conference. And in our conference, we try always to put a ceremony to honoring this moment of the returning of the Summer Queen. But the conference got its own theme, you know, and next year it will be the Lover Goddess. Mm-hmm. So I hope that you can come and celebrate with us.
It's international conference. Many speakers are in English and Portuguese and other languages too.
Yeah, English. We will do everything in Portuguese and in English. It will be the 2 languages. Of course, there will be people speaking Spanish and probably French, but we will use 2 languages, Portuguese and English. Yes.
We are also preparing a tour where you will be also sharing the places of the goddess in Portugal around the same day, from the 7th to the 20th of May. So we will get the chance also to see on the land these places. We talked about Tomar, Fatima, you know, and many other places that we will explore together. I'm so impatient to be on that tour with you. So Luiza, just before we finish, how did this journey with the goddess transform you? I'm always curious about that, you know, inner transformation. If you can tell us a bit about it.
Goddess, when we work with the goddess, this is not something very, very easy. It's a very challenging path, because goddess, the mirror of the goddess, is always showing us something that we need to work on ourselves. So this is a journey of self improvement, but this is not an easy way, as I told you, but this is also a very joyful and meaningful, especially meaningful way. I am 71, and I work more than ever, and especially I work with a very, very different intention and energy. I work in passion, especially passion. Goddess gives us passion for life, for life.
Yes.
It means that we become a bit an activist, you know, protecting life, defending life, and caring or doing everything we can to also to serve our community, to be there present, to help people. And this is a very fascinating path, not easy, but very great. How do you say in English? Very
transforming, or maybe fulfilling.
Transforming, and it's worth every bit of stress.
Yes, you know, I like seeing you like a bird, connecting through the different times, and also connecting through the lens, because you work this, you are connecting people around the goddess and connecting the dots through time. And I'm so happy to talk to you today. I'm in Stockholm, and I just discovered that this city is the city of Bridget, or Saint Bridget. They have a saint also with that name, so it feels really amazingly.
Yeah, because she's a Celtic goddess. She's of all the whole Celtic world. She's there. She's the great goddess.
Yes, she's
And
everywhere.
she's everywhere, and she's
Yes,
very beautiful.
and you have
Very
this role
beautiful energy.
in it, and being the ambassador of her in Portugal. So I'm really grateful for being here with you. And just reminding people that you know, this book is available on Amazon. It's called The Celtic, or the Celtic Goddess of Portugal, by Luiza Frazão. You can order it on Amazon. And please put a review or tell us what you think about it on this video or on Amazon. So I will see you soon, Luiza, and looking forward to the conference.
Thank you, Wasima. Thank you. I need to say a word to you because I really appreciate you. You are very, very, you know, amazing woman. You are also a role model for lots of young women, and you did a great job with my book, and I really appreciate you. You have been in our second conference. You will be on our third conference also presenting your work. And you are amazing. I love you, Wasima. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day then.